ABS-CBN Sports proudly presents the Adamson Lady Falcons,
Pounded off that bubble. Here running,
the Ateneo Lady Eagles,
they use that a lot in game number 1.
the De La Salle Lady Spikers, the FEU Lady Tamaraos, the UP Lady Maroons,
6-5 is the score. Labang po ang UAP.
the UP Lady Warriors,
Brida with that ops.
the UST Tigresses,
Also does.
the NU Lady Bulldogs. This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Happy New Year, everybody, and ABS-CBN Sports brings you the resumption of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. Yesterday, you saw 4 teams. We'll see all the 4 teams again today, and earlier, De La Salle University blasted the UP Lady Maroons, which brings us to our second game of our Sunday doubleheader. An intriguing, potentially exciting, and a very tricky matchup between an undefeated Ateneo de Manila University Lady Eagle squad against an always dangerous Adamson University Lady Falcon squad. Again, Happy New Year, Happy Three Kings, Happy Holidays, magandang hapon. At manabate mula sa amin dito sa ABS-CBN Sports. Alongside Noreen Go, I'm Boom Gonzalez. Hello, Noreen. It's nice to see everybody back here at Volleyball Central once again.
Well, it's a good start. If you can look at the crowd,
Yep.
a lot of people have graced this game, so it's a nice sign for this year.
It's an exciting match potentially for these two teams, and a good way they ended the 2012 Adamson on a 2-game winning streak, beating UP and FEU back-to-back. Ateneo, of course, as we know, 5-0.
That's right, Ateneo showing their wares there in that towards the end of that year of 2012. You can see the standings. 5-0, they're the only undefeated team. La Salle 5-1, Adamson 3-1, UST 3-2, National University 3-3, FEU 1-4, UP 1-5, and University of the East yet to win a match.
That's right. Now, Adamson University has some catching up to do when it comes to the games, as you saw in our team standings. But let's go back just to refresh the memory. I always say tricky, Noreen, about the first game of the year because you never know what to expect between two teams that have rested for at least 18 days after that Christmas break. And although, to refresh everybody's memory, Adamson, as I said, 2-game winning streak, one against UP, the other one, this last one, against FEU prior to the break.
Well, Adamson has been a steady team ever since. You know,
Always.
for years they've been steady. You still have the likes of a Pao Soriano. Now you add a Sheila Pineda, who's been playing very, very solid for this Lady Falcon squad. So, you know, they don't win the championship, but they always give the champions a hard time.
And they did make the finals one time against FEU not too long ago under Coach Dulce Pante. Let's go back to that game, which they won handily over FEU Lady Tamaraos, who was still coached by Nes Pamilar. If you haven't heard, there was a change in the coaching staff yesterday. But let's look at that numbers, Noreen.
That's right. You know, everyone is saying, why 3 sets? They were expecting 4 at least 4 or 5. But obviously, Adamson, 39 spikes as compared to 23, blocking 6-4, service 4-2. You can see the errors, 26-21. So Adamson played an all-around game, but actually, everyone is talking about FEU,
Yes.
and they're like towards a downward spiral
Yes.
right now. But talk about Adamson, they've been playing very well and a decent showing. You can see 3 wins and 1 loss.
A letdown by FEU, but it doesn't take away the steady game, as you mentioned, of Adamson University. They've had consistent performers, and Sheila Pineda, you mentioned her earlier, si Webang, always been consistent ever since she was recruited into this Adamson University team.
Well, you know, she's fulfilling an expectation ever since she entered and Angela Benting left the squad.
Yes.
They're going to say she will be the next go-to person.
Correct.
And she is not actually, she's showing everybody that everyone's right. The expectation is there. She scored 15 points in that match against FEU, and 14 spikes. Boom. That's a huge number for this little pint-sized
Oh
lady.
yeah, who can fly.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched her play and this is your first time, you better look out for her today. She sat down with our very own Apple David for this interview.
Bang, after your loss against LaSalle, nagkaroon kayo ng dalawang sunod na panalo. Ano masasabi mo sa winning streak ng team nyo?
Yung mga darating kasi naming game, sobrang laging namin pinaghahandaan. Tsaka, ayun, sobrang yung training namin, sobrang pinag-focus kami ng coach namin.
So later on, you'll be facing the unbeaten Ateneo Lady Eagles. Ano sa tingin mo dapat yung gawin para maibigay yung first loss nila of the season?
Kailangan yung communication namin sa loob ng court hindi mawala para yung victory makuha namin.
So good luck sa game mamaya, Bang, and thank you. Back to you, Boom.
See if this Adamson Falcons team will be focused. They will need to do that and more to give the Ateneo Lady Eagles a blemish here in season 75 of the UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. We talk about Ateneo 5-0 and emphatically winning against UP. That is, of course, their best start in their history, and they want to continue until today against this tricky Adamson team.
Oh, you just mentioned Ateneo against UP. I covered that
Yes,
game,
yes,
Boom,
you
and I was
did.
telling you that was a match wherein coach had 3 different sixes in 3 different sets. Like Ahumiro played the second and the third set. Everybody played well. Everybody stepped up off the bench, and they still won in 3 straight sets.
They wanted to end it right away to get their holiday break going, and that was their 5th win. And you will see the numbers, as Noreen will explain. They don't lie. It was, UP, of course, was in there. When you look at the scores, they were in that match more than they were in this match earlier against LaSalle. But you take into consideration the fact that Coach Roger experimented with the lineup also.
You're right. You can see in that game, everyone, I think almost, if not everyone, played in that match for Ateneo, and still they lorded it over. 44 spikes compared to 30 blocks. UP had 4-3, service aces 3-0, and the errors pretty much even against each other. But Ateneo, I love the way they played in that match. Everybody enjoyed themselves. Everybody really just wanted playing time, and they got it, and then they still won.
5-0, how can you not enjoy yourself when you're on a blemished record? But let's talk about the main woman of this team, Alyssa Valdez. Only played 2 in those 3 sets, and she still posted numbers that some girls can, only wish for in 5 sets.
That's right. Liza Valdez, she's actually the league's leading scorer and the leading spiker.
Correct.
That's right. And why? I mean, nobody's surprised. This girl really is just like a poster every time she goes up for that spike. And against UP, she scored 21 monstrous points, really, and 20 spikes. For that, you can
2
see.
sets.
2 sets.
Again,
exactly.
let's reiterate that.
2 sets. So can you imagine just how many points she scores every game? And you know why, Boom? Because she really is focused. She's one player, when you look at her game face, when she goes up the spike, she gives it all. She's got it.
Hitting practice. That's
Hitting
what
practice.
Alyssa Valdez went through in that game against UP. And our 4th member of our broadcast team, Selena Dagdag, had the chance to chat with the Batangueña. Let's listen to
So, Alyssa, Ateneo remains to be the only undefeated team in the league. Sa tingin mo sa point na to, meron pa kayong areas of improvement na kailangan pagtrabahukan as a team?
Syempre naman meron pa rin. Every training, every games namin, may nakikita pa rin mali eh. Parang kailangan pa rin namin maging consistent. So kaya nga kami nagtitraining din para ma-improve pa yon siya, mas maging consistent kami.
Sige, Alyssa, sana tuloy-tuloy ang improvement at good luck sa game niyo mamaya. Back to you, Julian.
Thank you very much. Speaking of Batangas, she did go home to Batangas over the New Year's to maybe take a break, refresh, and let's see how she'll come up with the game today against Adamson University. A very exciting matchup between Adamson and Coach Sherwin Meneses, and of course Ateneo with Coach Roger Gorrieb here at Volleyball Central, the arena in San Juan, live on Studio 23.
This is the UAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Paloy Flying V Arena here in San Juan, we'd like to greet each and everyone once again a happy Three Kings Day. This is your Sunday main event in your women's volleyball tournament of season 75 UAAP. Officiating this match, number 22, first referee, Liberato Benito Jr., international referee. Our second referee, Dante Malazarte, national referee. And introducing the starters for both teams. First, fully incoming UAAP Season 76 hosts. Here are the Adamson Lady Falcons. Number 1, Bebs Pineda. Number 14, May Macatuno. Number 2, team captain, Paul Soriano. Number 5, Mayet Zapanta. Number 15, Marlene Cortel. Number 9, Faye Guevara. Their libero is number 11, Princess Listana. And the head coach of the Lady Falcons, Sherwin Meneses. And now here's the starting five for the still undefeated Ateneo de Manila Lady Eagles. Number 2, Alyssa Valdez. Number 12, Jem Ferrer. Number 10, March Tejada. Number 15, Phil Cainglet. Number 16, Captain Z. Herbacio. Number 3, Gretchen Ho. Their libero, number 13, Tenten Lazaro. And head coach of the Lady Eagles, the ever-smiling, jolly Roger Godoyet.
The arena in San Juan is what we call Volleyball Central. I'll pose the question again, Noreen. What do we expect from two teams who have had an 18-day break? Yes, we all know in volleyball that they don't really take a prolonged break, that they're still in training no matter what. But real competition is still different from training, as you know very well.
Well, you're right. But when you look at the physique of the players, especially I want to mention Ateneo, you can see Alyssa Valdez. Actually, she lost weight. You know, honestly, it's not fair. Life is not fair. These girls are skinnier here in to start the year, but obviously because there's no classes, I think the training schedules are longer, so they burn more.
Oh, okay. Wala ngang Christmas break yung iba. Tinanong ko yung mga iba, hindi na nakauwi ng probinsya. Yung iba nung New Year nakauwi. At pag-usapan natin yan maya-maya. In the meantime, we are off here. 5-0 Ateneo, 3-1 the Adamson Falcons, who are always in there, always in the middle, always contending as the Ilongga Phil Cainglet draws first blood here in this match.
That's right, a good start for Ateneo. But you know, one more thing, Boom, a positive side to that break is people or players with injuries, they
get to heal.
Yes,
like si Ivy Perez yesterday.
Exactly.
I saw her play for National U. It was good to see her back.
Even Jem Ferrer, her ankle.
Correct.
Obviously,
she rested nung UP, no?
Yes.
She didn't play against UP. That's right. Mayet Zapanta draws first blood from Adamson University. It's good to see our courtside reporters again. Let's start with Selena Dagdag from Ateneo.
Over the course of the past holidays, Coach Roger encouraged the team to do some cardiovascular activities in order to improve their endurance and their agility on court. Coming into today's game, he commends the Lady Falcons for their good defensive system. However, he still believes that the team will perform very well against them today. Dagdag pa ni Coach Roger na inaamin niyang may pagkukulang siyang nakita sa reception ng Lady Eagles ng mga nakaraang laro. But he firmly believes that all that will change today as they focus on improving their reception skills over the break. Boom and Noreen.
Thank you very much, Selena. Yun na yung sinasabi mo. They did more cardio to make sure to burn off all the Christmas food, holiday food that they surely indulged in. Another thing that you pointed out that I like is wala ngang classes. So when they train, mentally, they're focused on training.
Exactly.
No?
And I'm sure, like I said earlier, training, the time you get to train will be longer, sometimes twice a day, and
yes.
you don't have anything to worry about
Yes.
but training, as you said.
Nakakatawa. Some of the players on Twitter, would always tweet about what they're eating, and then they're talking about how they're watching this, that they can't indulge too much. Tapos magtitweet sila, bukas may training naman, kakain na ako ngayon. It's so entertaining to see them as Zia Vasho, who celebrated a birthday over the break, I think December 30, if I'm not mistaken, gets that one to crawl in for a 3-2 start here.
But Boom, all these players are very disciplined already.
Oh, yeah.
Gone were the days like people really overindulge.
Uh-huh.
These players, they know the importance of this season, or every season for that matter, because you only have 5 years of playing, eligibility.
Here's a player who went home to Davao, si Mayet Zapanta, who also got that point. And when she entered the league, also, when you see her now, she looks way more fit than when she entered the college ranks in the UAP. Valdez gets that one to go as we check in with the fourth member of our team, Apple David from Adamson.
Buminarine, there's no question on the preparation of Adamson against Ateneo in today's game. According to Coach Sherwin, they had twice-a-day trainings during the holidays and even had a couple of tune-up games just to make sure they're more than ready to battle the Lady Eagles. The Lady Falcons are actually very excited in today's game because the last time these two teams met was in a thrilling 5-set match in the Unigames wherein Adamson won. Also, according to the team captain, Pao Soriano, wala nang bata sa team. Lahat may experience na, kaya ang role ko lang is to motivate and i-push sila to work harder. Some keys to winning for Adamson is to have a strong score defense by strictly following their defensive patterns, to be consistent with their high level of play, and to limit their unforced errors, especially in service.
Magandang point yan, ha? First about the Unigames, yeah, they did have a classic 5-set thriller in Bacolod. And the other one is what we were talking about in pre-production. Kami ni Noreen, pinag-uusapan namin itong Adamson team na to. And you made an incredible point about them because I said that when you face Adamson, they seem to be a team na di naman kinakabahan. They either win or they lose. But you will never see them rattled by the moment. And your explanation was?
Batak sa laro.
Yeah,
no, I
talaga.
mean, diba, you're
Correct.
saying beach volleyball and all these uni games and other tournaments.
Off-season, yeah.
And even, during the time of the Angela Benting.
Correct.
That's what's nice about what they left behind, the legacy that sila Benting left behind. Is the experience, the maturity during tournaments.
Sabi ni Pao, wala nang baguhan
Oo,
dito.
exactly.
And that's part of the reason why we observed that they're really not a team that gets rattled. As Ciervasio finds zone 1 wide open from the back line too.
Ciervasio is starting actually pretty strong in this match.
Yep. Maybe that break in Korea did her well. Yep.
Maybe she had
Out
the
of the
secret
country.
string.
maybe. That's out. Tejada wide on that attack, so we are at 6-all, and it looks like these two teams have not missed a beat, 18-day break or not.
Well, that's what we're saying, Adamson, we are tied. They're keeping it close. Everyone is saying Ateneo is supposed to win this in 4 sets. A lot of people are saying, to be honest, but Adamson is not going to just give it.
And now they're in the lead. 7 serving 6.
Slowly but surely, Adamson just getting that lead. But what's nice about Adamson? They have been forcing the errors from Ateneo.
Coach Roger hollering instructions here. They want to go to Phil, who is, in that sequence, nobody blocking her. Soriano, middle attack. Hervasio goes to Ferrer, who goes back to Phil because they find Makatuno as one of the blockers, who is the shortest girl on the court right now.
That's right. That would be a smart thing to do. Always target a smaller blocker.
Hervasio is there for coverage. That one is wide. No check ball, so Ateneo point. Mayet Zapanta, the Davauenya, miscalculated that one.
That's like a really, really lucky break for Ateneo. That should have been an easy point for Zapanta, but obviously a miss hit when going for that free gift.
Ferrer, who went home to Isabela during the New Year's break. Not the Christmas break, but the New Year's break. That is an Ateneo point. And they get to the technical timeout ahead, 8-7. Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
As we said, a good crowd here at the arena in San Juan. Sunday afternoon before we get back to the grind tomorrow, Monday.
Well, I already had work, so there's
Yeah,
nothing
me too.
new.
Me too. I only took the 25th and the 1st off, pretty
Wow.
much.
We should give you a medal.
No
for that.
complaining, no. 8-7 is the score. Ateneo in the lead. A single point here in the first set. Earlier, La Salle, it's 3 easy sets against UP. So they're breathing down the neck of Ateneo.
Well, everyone's really anticipating that match between
Saturday,
Ateneo and
next
La
week.
Salle.
Yeah, you're right. Soriano puts something into that.
Wow.
Great defense by Lazaro. Soriano tries again. And Alyssa was caught flat-footed.
Well, you know, that's a smart move by Adamson in going to Pao Soriano, because actually Pao Soriano has a very high percentage in terms of attack. So you know that even if she's faced with 3 blockers, she will try her best to get it through.
Ferrer, combination play. Zapanta wanted to go for the off speed but was too soft. We have 4 scorers, 4 of the best scorers playing in this match. 4 of the top 10. We're talking about Valdez, who's number 1, you mentioned earlier. Kainglet is at number 5. We also have Soriano and Pineda in the top 10.
So you can imagine the quality
Oh,
of this
yes.
match.
For sure. Goes back to Ateneo.
Pao Soriano really showing Ateneo that she's a force to be reckoned with there by the net. The reach of Pao Soriano when she goes for the block.
I remember when she was a rookie and she was so skinny when she came in for Coach Dulce. And has really blossomed into this great beach volleyball player. But that's the number 1 scorer of the league, Alyssa Valdez, finding a crease in the middle. Look at the form, the attack, and she puts it away for a 10-9 score.
Yeah, and for those who just saw that slow-mo, yes, that was from the back, and yes, she got that
You're
kill.
right. Combination play. 3 blockers for Ateneo. Ball sent back to them. Valdez angles this one.
Ball alive.
Back to Mayet. Delivers it to the other side. Ferrer just pushes it. Makatuno. Oh, that finds a corner. Oh, yes. Coach Sherwin is complaining about a previous play. I think they're complaining about Jem Ferrer's dump.
Well, anyway, they get the point,
Yep.
so...
That was Guevara who delivered the blow. 10-all, first set, as expected.
Well, you know, that spike, I thought it looked like it was going wide, but just enough top spin to get it in.
Pineda able to stymie Hervasio on the net. The set was really too close for Hervasio to begin with.
Wow, but look at the timing of Pineda.
Yeah.
You know, she's not the tallest of players, but when she went up for that, voila. I mean, just perfect timing.
Gretchen Ho, great dive and recovery there by Zapanta. But that time, Pineda forced the issue. So we're tied again, a spade of 1s on our scoreboard.
Well, that was a surprise hitting error by Pineda, because she really went for that, but she buried that really deep into the net.
Hervasio back at the service line. That one catches the tape.
Obviously, you know, both squads worked hard during the holiday season. Nothing, you know, sometimes you'll see they'll start slow, but
This
so
one,
far,
hindi.
Yeah, good start.
Bakbakan ka agad. Sa simula pa lang. Which is what we wanted. like we said, you can never expect. But this is more than what we bargained for so far.
Well,
Marlene Cortel.
Yeah, you know, we always say that Adamson will not just give any match. Now they're giving Ateneo a run for their money.
Valdez gingerly gets herself back up. You know, Valdez, we know how athletic she is as she has this collision there in the net. Always a tricky part of the court, yung bagsakan dyan sa gitna, no? I was about to say, we see how athletic she is, we see how she can soar, she can attack, but when you see her walk, she's a little knock-kneed.
Yeah, that's true.
She's a little knock-kneed, and may pagkakuba pa nga, no? When you see her, that's not really, look, you have to see her live here at the arena to see what I'm talking about, see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not knocking her. What I'm actually trying to point out is the fact that she is still so athletic, despite the stance. Hindi mo akalain.
That's right. She actually looks a bit lanky when she walks.
Correct. Kasi there are some players that you know, athlete na talaga. Like you see Michelle Gumabaw around, you know she's an athlete. Ball sent back. We are tied at 13, and it is Tejada who gets the point on this one.
Well, that's a very good job of Jem Carrera to really mix it up.
Yes, I agree.
No blockers.
A two-time best setter.
Tejada, you know, getting some playing time here and making the most out of it. Good reception.
Oh boy, nobody home.
You know, that's what good reception will do for you. That was a perfect reception. Makatuno had every option that she has, and she gives it to, of course, her number one weapon, Soriano, and Soriano just pounds on it.
I like how this game is progressing, Noreen, kasi 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. And then, hahanapin natin kung sino bibitaw sa dulo.
That's right, anybody's ball game.
Up! Hervasio. Ateneo will go ahead. Adamson will tie. Adamson will go ahead. Let's see if Ateneo can tie this time. 15-14, the first technical timeout. Ateneo was ahead. Let's see what happens here in the second one. Oh, a free point given.
Don't you just hate it when that happens? Because it's so anticlimactic to a long
Ganda ng build-up ko eh.
Oh, actually, biglang error.
Ferrer back at the service line. Sharp serve. Makatuno opens up to Zapanta. That's over. He was under the ball on that one. So, the same pattern. Ateneo down and then ties and goes back up at the Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Before we get back to this match, Noreen, I want to take this opportunity. On behalf of ABS-CBN Sports, we would like to condole with the family of Anne and Ivy Remulla and lahat ng kanilang mga kapamilya, no, who just lost their mother not too long ago. So condolences from us, and our prayers are with you, Anne and Ivy, and the rest of the Remulla family. Back to this game, 16-15 Ateneo ahead by 1 point. Soriano again. Hervasio, that's off. We saw the LaSalle team earlier enjoying a little snack, scouting these two teams that are playing.
Able to relax after their easy match.
Getting their pictures taken with a lot of our fans here at Volleyball Central. Makatuno serving.
Oh, this should be an easy ball.
Makatuno, jump set. Soriano has been the primary attacker. Kainglet gets that one through.
That's a smart hit by Phil Kainglet. Your option is to hit it through Cortel or Soriano. I mean, come on.
Yep. Marge Tejada now with the lead, 17-16. No team has led more than 1 point in this game so far. Again! Medyo may split second na hintay itong Ateneo bago sila recover for that ball.
Well, that's what I feel. That's what where you're saying that competition is different from training. So now they're still a bit slow.
Yeah, a tad bit.
Yeah, a tad bit slow.
Nice serve.
Adamson is feeling it right now.
It's Biza who just came in to serve. That ball looked like it was going to hit the net, catch the net, but no, it went over. Now the lead shifts back to Adamson. Ganun na naman, pero ito, this time lumaglag yung bola.
50-50. But I was about to say, that's not easy to kill that ball right in front of Denise Lazaro.
True. There have been holes, though, in that Ateneo defense so far, but we're tied again at 8 in all.
Well, Ateneo is opting for a two-man defense when it comes to the serve.
Let was there, yep. Valdez back to the front line. Zapanta asking for it. She goes for it, and again, she's a little bit under the ball. She's asking for a check, but I don't think so.
Well, this is not her day. I'm talking about Zapanta. I think.
Gigil.
Puro gigil and miss hit. So she's got to forget about it, though, because she's still part of the first six. She's got to forget the errors that she's made.
Balik na naman ng Abante dito sa Ateneo. The dunk ball, Coach Roger is asking for a violation. Tinakma daw yung bola. Guevara, tignan natin. You decide for yourselves here.
Well, judgment call, It looks
legit?
Yeah.
Looks legit?
Looks legit to me.
So we're 19 all now.
Still tied.
Oh, that one is an error from Bebang Pineda.
There's a trend so far here in the first set. There's got to be an error somewhere after.
That will give a 2-point lead, We'll see. That's what we're waiting for. Who is going to force that error? Speaking of, they give a 1-point lead just like that to Adamson at a crucial point of the set.
You can feel or you can sense here in this match that both teams are still feeling the opponent out. Nobody able to pull away somehow. It's always you're always too close for comfort.
20 all. Underhand set, Valdez. Guevara able to delay that one. Makatuno goes back to Pineda. That falls in.
Wow, that was Gretchen Ho and Jem Ferrer teaming up for that block.
Looks like we're going to be in a long afternoon, Noreen. In a good way. I say that in a good way because these two teams are not giving an inch so far.
Well, that's a treat for the fans. Another error.
Service errors, back to back. One from Herbacio, one from Ho to tie the game again. Soriano back in. Mohammed for Adamson University. Anwarlin Mohammed is going to serve. One of those students who also went home. Siya naman sa Iligan.
Wow.
Bakasyon.
Really nationwide.
Couple of days just to refresh and re-energize. Oh, free ball for Ateneo. Let's see if they make something out of this. They go to Valdez through the block. Soriano keeps it alive.
Wow. Good coverage there by Adamson.
Combination play. They dump it over. Chance for Pineda here. Herbacio was there. Oh! What timing! And that takes guts at this juncture, Noreen, to do that.
But Ferrer has all the guts in the world. I'm talking about the timing. She knows just when to do that second ball over. And I saw the reaction of Denton Lazaro. It's like, finally!
that she's been doing since her rookie year. In the meantime, 3 service errors back to back for Ateneo to give the opportunity for Adamson to always tie this game.
Well, Ateneo obviously right now feeling the pressure here in the first set. They're losing their focus. There again.
That was costly because it ties the game and gives Adamson now the opportunity to take the lead, which they do, 23-22. We go back to the point that Adamson doesn't show any kind of nerves down the stretch. It's either they lose it or they win. That's all.
That's right. Look at Pineda. She looks very relaxed.
Ooh. Almost a reception error for Ateneo. Kainglet tries to angle this one. Chance for maybe the first 2-point lead of the game. No, not yet. Kainglet off speed. White shirts go back to Bao! And that's the first time we have a 2-point separation here in this game, and it brings us to set point.
Oh, that's right. And we were expecting that from Pao Soriano.
Sabi ko sa inyo, huwag yung papahin ko yung puntos nila, error natin eh. Tatlong sunod-sunod na service saka isang bagsak doon. Ano ba yun? Kaya pag nadalawa, sabi siya dito mo padaanin, maliit yung dito eh. Ba't pinapadaan nyo kay Pao? Gusto mo ibabawan yung bola, huwag mo isusunod yung kamay mo dito sa ibabaw. Sige.
The unblemished record of Ateneo at stake here. All in all, 4 service errors here in the first set. 2 for Adamson, 3 back-to-back-to-back for Ateneo. That one's costly, the last one.
Exactly, and that happened towards the end of this set, diba? So that was what Coach Roger's telling the girls. Their points is our errors. We were giving them points.
Yeah. This is the first 2-point lead of either team in this set, and it brings us to set point. And in the hands of Bebang Pineda. Lazaro sends it to Ferrer. A free ball for Adamson here. Soriano puts it away!
This scrappy Adamson squad just won't go away. They're really just fighting for every point. You can see Pao Soriano just taking charge here for Adamson.
Like we said, the always dangerous Adamson University at 3-1 takes a set of Ateneo. We're in for a long afternoon, we guarantee that. In a good way. 25-22 after set number 1.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
25-22 is the result of the first set. No team giving an inch until we hit the 22-all mark. And then the service error, and then the put away, which Pao Soriano.
Is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
25-22 is the result of the first set. No team giving an inch until we hit the 22-all mark. And then the service error, and then the put away, which Pao Soriano did not waste, Noreen. Your thoughts on that exciting first set?
Well, in the start and towards the middle, both teams just feeling each other out, playing nothing spectacular, just, point for point. But at the end of that set, we're talking about the character of Adamson. They never show signs of being pressured or feeling the pressure. They're just steady. They were steady towards the end of that first set, and they were able to outsmart this Ateneo squad.
Partly, you could say that Ateneo shot themselves on the foot with those last 3 service errors from Hervasio, Kainglet,
Valdez.
and Valdez, the last one.
Well,
So, mabigat yun.
Exactly, and pretty much they were the ones who, gave free how many? 5 points
4 free
towards
points,
the end.
yeah. The good news for the league leaders so far is that's the first set. As we look at some of the numbers.
Well, in terms of attacks, Adamson ahead 13 to 11. Blocks, they're defending a lot better still, 3 to 1. Service aces 2 to 1. Unforced errors 9 to 7. But you know,
Nabawi yan eh.
Oo.
Dun sa service errors eh.
Exactly. And the numbers actually they don't show much because it just happened towards the end of that first set where Adamson was able to pull away to 25-23.
And looky here as Coach Roger sends in Tajima to start the second set. Referees though will talk to the captain, na si Paul Soriano, probably to address the coach. That is Tajima on your screens. Now Pau will have a nice chat. Let's see. As we start our second set here live on Studio 23. Thanks for watching us. And for those watching online also through UAPsports.tv. Magandang hapon. Boom Gonzalez, Noreen Go, Apple David for Adamson, and Selena Dagdag for Ateneo. Direct Abet Ramos at the helm of this live and exclusive ABS-CBN Sports presentation.
Well, Tajima making her presence felt right away for Ateneo.
Let me interrupt you quickly, Noreen. As I said, LaSalle was there taking pictures. You look at the scene at the stands right now as this game's going on.
Wow.
There's like a mob
Yeah.
as they are, I think, about to exit the venue. Ganyan din nangyari, di ba? Pag Ateneo tsaka UST, yung mga player nila talagang dinudumog ng mga kapwa-estudyante. Ayan po. Kapwa-estudyante man or mga just fans who are not even from UAP schools, Noreen, who come to watch and love to take pictures with our volleyball players here. And it's always a great sight to see, especially for you and me. We played this game, we love this league, and you see a scene like that for all the schools to get involved.
Volleyball has really evolved here in our country, which we were talking about earlier. It's such a great sight to see because you know that the players are appreciated more.
That's why they play even harder.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, speaking of hard,
Wow.
she drills that one. Talking about Alyssa Valdez, who regularly gets mobbed. One of the most popular players in the league, and it's because of plays like that.
Wow, that is picture perfect.
Yep.
And you know, that was against Pau Soriano. That's not easy.
Great coverage again by Lazaro. Magandang matchup pala yan, ano? Pau Soriano and Liza Valdez. Very different games, but it's a good matchup nevertheless.
That's right. And you know that both players are veterans of their squad.
Correct. At pareho rin nagbi-beach volleyball, parehong batak na batak sa laro. Soriano trying to find the spot. Long rally here. 3-1 is our score, and it remains that way. Zapanta. Soriano thought it was going to go to her, but it was a blessing in disguise.
Zapanta, good start for her. We were talking about it earlier that she didn't really play a good first set, had a couple of errors, so a good start for Zapanta.
3-2 or 2 serving 3.
Good serve by
Yes.
Makatuno.
Yeah, and that all started from the serve.
That's right, and they were not able to make do with that, and they commit another error. Talk about Ateneo.
And May Makatuno, who went home to Pampanga for a brief respite.
Free ball for Adamson.
3-all tayo. Ferrer, back set to Hervasio, through the block. The block was there, but Hervasio put enough into that attack to get the kill to go. Selena Dagdag joins us from the Ateneo side. Selena, what's up?
Puro tayo opensa. Ang late natin kumilos sa depensa. Ang kailangan natin ay dapat tayo tumigil maghintayan. These were Coach Roger's first instructions to his Lady Eagles upon getting them in the huddle together. He also tells the team to be watchful of Adamson's diagonal hits since they tend to be quick and distant. Dahil na rin dito, he reminds the team to position themselves wisely. The girls also took the initiative to address their errors and commit themselves to specific roles. Boom and Noreen.
Pau Soriano is a master of those diagonal hits. When she's in the middle, she always has a nice way of angling her attacks, which makes it so hard to read if you're a blocker, Noreen.
Well, you're right, she has mastered that because actually people who want to play or who plays volleyball and wants to get better, you look at Pao Soriano because when you're in the center, obviously you'll have blockers in front of you, so what's the point in going straight? So you have to always look for those angles. You know, in Tagalog they say it's kabig or lihis.
Correct.
So she has mastered that really. And the court sense is there.
Yeah.
She knows when to make kabig, when to make lihis.
Coach Roger is disappointed with unofficially the 6th service error for Ateneo in this whole match. And you know, balikan natin yung kabig at lihis na yun, Another thing why Pao Soriano is so effective in it, not because she's mastered also that the angle, but her body sometimes fakes it.
Yeah.
She has a way of sometimes jumping that she's on the right. She looks like she's going to the right, but she diagonally hits it to the left side.
That's right. She has really evolved. We were talking about it earlier as a rookie till now. I mean, she has already made a name for herself.
Guevara with the left hand as we check in with Apple David.
You know what, Boom and Doreen? The Lady Falcons are playing extra-inspired volleyball today since their Mami Dulce is in attendance. I had a chat with her before the game, and according to her, she still gives them motivational talks and keeps on reminding them the 3 T's in playing: tiwala, tapang, at teamwork. Tapos, idagdag mo pa yung sipag. One of the seniors in the team, Pao Soriano, even said, as their former coach, they want to make Mami Dulce proud of them, not just as players, but as her own children as well. As for Coach Sherwin's instruction for the second set, he wants May Makatuno to have more variety in setting at huwag pagkurin yung spikers, and for the rest of the Lady Falcons to have a better reception para maging maganda yung offense nila. Boom and ring.
Salamat, Apple. 16 years. She's everybody's mom in the volleyball community. Pakita siya kanina no first game. She was watching and she's still here at the background.
I was actually trying to look for her, but
nandito sa kasama na ating mga officials. Right here too.
Oh, yeah. Here, yeah.
7-all.
But you know what the report was that, of course, the players, they miss their coach. Kahit pa paano, even if you have a brilliant new coach, let's say, of course, you'll miss the person who honed you first.
Yep.
So, what a way to give back than to play a good game.
And Coach Sherwin, of course, no stranger. Long-time assistant of Coach Mami Dulce. As a long rally is in the offing here. Underhand set to Pineda. That is a net block, if I'm not mistaken. So 4 touches. And Ateneo, again, for the 3rd straight time, get to the technical timeout with the lead. Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Sweet 16. 16 years. As the head coach. The only woman to get them to the finals. And had the 1-0 lead over a Rachel Dakis-led FEU Lady Tamaraos, who just did not give up in that series and, you know, snatched the rug from under Coach Mami Dulce's team. But that was a great year for them, and they're hoping to get back there again.
Every time you look at Mami Dulce's face, there's
Yes.
it's very comforting when you look at
True.
her. No? That face.
But we've seen and heard her go at her players too, Noreen. Right?
That's normal.
Kasama. Pero may always, at the end, may positive reinforcement eh. Parang nanay talaga, no?
Yeah, that's right.
Point for Adamson, and guess what? We're tied again at 8-all. And again, it's been going on.
Well, Coach Sherwin is
complaining.
Yeah.
About something. The rotation, I believe, is what he is complaining about. He's asking Pao to tell the referee. They're going to check it. All right. In the meantime, play resumes here. 8-all.
Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what Coach Sherwin
I think it was a rotation thing that he was questioning. A setter Maybe it was Jem that they were questioning, who went for the block earlier.
But she's in the back. Probably that's
I
it.
think that's what I'm interpreting from the gestures of Coach Sherwin. And now they're checking the rotation. I think there's a little bit of confusion. And now the referees are checking it as Phil is waiting the decision.
Well, if Adamson gets a point out of that, kudos to Coach Sherwin for being really sharp.
They check, but they're going to resume. Let's look at that. Ito yata yung kino-complain niya, no, Noreen? Na natin sa... I don't know if that was the play. Oh, this was the previous play?
Yeah.
So it's hard to understand from where we are right now. Pao Soriano and our chair umpire, all having a little chat right now.
How I wish the referee had a mic so we can actually hear.
I was just about to suggest that we send someone there, but a little bit too late as they broke up already. 9-8 is the score. Ateneo ahead. Adamson ahead, 1 set to love.
Well, let's clear the issue in a bit. Paul Soriano is like a messenger going from the referee to the coach.
Diba? Ganyan ang role ng captain. The coach cannot directly talk. And I think they're saying that everything's okay. Phil Kainglet will serve. Score stands at 9-8. The fans just want... The referee says, yep, thumbs.
Play continues, play resumes.
Okay, somebody's also telling us that they're, I think, complaining about the Hervasio Kainglet rotation. But anyway, that's done. The referees say everything's a-okay, and they go back to action here, and that's a net block.
Well, you know, Coach Sherwin really always trying to point out all these errors by the opponents. So it's so nice to see how sharp he is.
We saw Hervasio block earlier, right? She's in the back line right now. So I don't, maybe that's where the confusion, that's maybe where Coach Sherwin is because she just got into the front line.
Okay.
I don't know if that's I'm guessing with what we're seeing here. Noreen. We saw her block kanina,
yeah,
diba?
That's right.
That wasn't Jem, it was Zeke. Anyway, Ateneo now with a 2-point lead, 11-9. We're trying to clear it for our TV audience also. It's unclear so far right now. Zapanta gets rejected. Adamson scrambling, yes. Let's see if Ateneo over-received rather by a rare mistake by the second best receiver of the league, Din Lazaro.
And Zapanta really just gets this point for Adamson. Really smart. She saw that there's nobody there. Just tap.
Yeah, let me correct myself. The second best digger of the league is Din Lazaro. She's the 6th best receiver of our tournament. That's a little bit overcooked, but Ferrer got it anyway. So a free ball for Adamson, who are behind only by 1. Oh, that's overcooked definitely by Pao Soriano. But again, you see her trying to look for gaps and spaces where she can drop that ball.
That's a pity because she had the right thing in mind, you know. Especially after Zapata did that. Obviously, there's a hole or a flaw there that Ateneo defense, but just too strong for her.
Tajima now at the service line. 12 serving 10. Zapanta, nobody home there. But a great dig, by Kainglet. Another chance here. This time they go to Pao. Ferrer able to receive. Free ball again for the white shirts. Soriano, Phil with a dive.
Good rally we're having.
Oh, wow, what an attack and what a reception by Kainglet. Zapanta this time.
Still alive.
Long rally again. Valdez. Makatuno was there for coverage. Second ball for Ateneo. They have to give this one up.
Yeah, but both teams not taking advantage of the free balls.
Oh! Zone 1. Open for Pao Soriano.
Another tough angle for Pao Soriano.
Ganun na naman. Diagonal na naman. Ito, katawan niya nasa kanan. Diba? Facing right,
Yes.
but she hits it going to the other side. Ay, yun pala yung kanina. Ito yung sinasabi ko.
She twists in midair. You can
Yes.
see that really, really smart play by Pao Soriano.
That was a great dig by Phil Kainglet.
Yes, we gotta give credit to that.
Ateneo ahead by 1 still, though. 12-11. Zapanta!
Whoa!
Oh, what a kill!
She's feeling it here in this second set.
Finally got a clean one. Mayet Zapanta puts it away.
Wow.
Almost a frontline kill.
Exactly. Kita mo yung pitik the last minute. Wow.
Which ties our game at 12-all.
We're in for a long afternoon.
Ganun-ganun mula nung first set para dun sa mga kaka-join lamang. Huling-huli yung play ng Adamson. It is Ateneo that is caught scrambling here on the defense. Adamson is showing their position, at least they've been steady. Talking about Adamson, you don't see them scrambling as much.
But you know the quality of the rallies so far in the second set is really high. Because defense, both squads for that matter, they're digging well, they're scrambling. Although we have a lot of free balls, but nobody's really taking advantage of the free balls.
That's a serve that gave them a cheap point. Alyssa Valdez, 14-12.
Well, that is a cushion already for any squad.
In this game, this matchup. 2 points is a luxury. That's the biggest lead of either team for both sets. Ayan na yung mga attack ni Zapanta kanina. Ganun-ganun yung kanina nung nagsimula tayo, medyo nanggigigil siya So, napapailalim siya sa bola.
But you know, you gotta give credit to the defense of Ateneo. All three blockers, they anticipated right. They guessed that it was Zapanta. So she had 3 blockers in front of her.
Oh! Kinuha! Ni Jem Ferrer.
You don't see that often,
Nope,
Jem
not at
Ferrer?
all. Not at all. And it was Cortel able to finish that one. 15 serving 13. Ho
has been silent so far here in this match.
Free ball for Ateneo. Jem opens up to Phil. Ball is up in there. Oh, Guevara gave it away. That's unusual. But they get it back.
That looked like a top spin block. Over.
Great reflexes by Gretchen. But a free ball here for Adamson.
Wow.
Catches the line.
That was a smart hit, Boom. I mean, not much power in that shot. Just really should place it in the right area.
Just went diagonal. And again, Coach Roger Goreev talking about the diagonal kills of Adamson University.
Well, the coach can say so much, but the players, they have to be the ones to adjust.
Yep. And the 2-point lead is erased.
Oh, the
Really?
story of this
Really?
match.
Did you expect anything else? 15-all. Second set. I see some LaSalle players still here. Back dito sa kanan natin. Noreen, mga nanonood pa.
Even Coach Ramil's there.
Oo. Well, they know it's a good game.
Wow!
Oy, boy, ito! Great dive by Makatuno. Ferrer goes back to Phil.
Wow, that was like Makatuno had like a racket there.
Yep. Ferrer again, back set to Arvasio.
Oh.
Rejected by Guevara. This defense of Adamson has been superb. Pineda, cross court again.
Another classic rally.
Kainglet down the line. Zapanta for coverage.
Oh!
Alyssa with a dig. Kainglet. Oh! You've got to be kidding me. The fans going nuts here at the arena.
Both squads, they really don't want to give up.
And the rally ends with Adamson getting to the technical timeout with the lead for the very first time in this whole match. That was draining for both teams as we get into a Kit Kat break. get ready for what's next. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Balik po tayo dito sa arena in San Juan. As we look at that last rally, not the whole rally, but how it ended at least. And you think it was going to end there. So that point, you have to actually give to Makatuno.
Yeah.
She kept that ball alive.
That's right. And you gotta give credit the whole
Both-
Adamson
yeah,
squad.
yeah,
I mean, for that point, because really everyone got a hand on that ball.
The disappointment on Jan Ferrero's face that they were not able to retrieve that one. What has been, and it's so hard to ask you this question, Noreen, because there hasn't been really a trend. Because again, like now, 16 all na naman tayo. But what has been the difference, let's say, for Adamson to be to have their noses ahead here in this whole match?
Well, I think the fact that the report a while ago that Coach Rules is here and the players are feeling more inspired. Because when you feel more inspired, like as players, we know that their game will be a notch higher.
Yes. And now they take over the lead again, 17-16.
Well, in that slow-mo, people wonder how come
What
what's that error?
Yeah.
When the setter goes to block, goes to set, even if it's near the net, the blocker shouldn't interfere. Because
And in that case, it was Kainglet who went over.
Yes. That rule actually was made for people like in international competitions. You have 7 feet girls,
Correct.
7-footers who play, so they're trying to make it even.
Yeah, it's an unfair advantage in that sequence as Kainglet gets that one to drop in for an 18-17 lead. So for setters like Makatuno and Ferrer who are shorter than their attacking counterparts and the set sometimes gets close to the net, you have to give the setter a chance to set. Parang ganun yun. Another service error though for Ateneo gives Adamson a point here.
And also to level the playing field.
Yes.
Because if you have like 3, 6, 4...
Nasa harap.
Wala na. Lahat ba-block na lang nila.
Correct.
Diba?
Huwag mo nang patatagalin yung puntos.
Exactly.
And this is Maria Teresa Pisa. Good serve. That's why she's sent in there. And that's because of this serve. She gets the free ball because of this serve.
Oh,
overset. Sinayang ni Jem. Nanggigil din.
that's a lucky break for Adamson.
There are just a few lapses in the Ateneo game right now. Si Kainglet with the overreach. Diba? Si Ferrer doon nagkamali. Which gives Adamson sometimes the luxury of a 1-point advantage from being down a point.
Well, like, I can feel that Ateneo in this match is still trying to find their confidence.
You're right. And a certain flow also, which obviously they will get from their confidence.
That's right. And the flow, the rhythm.
Parang wala pa.
Oh.
Parang in spurts pa lang. While Adamson has been just steady.
Like we said, we keep saying.
Steady Eddie. Pineda cross court again. Ferrer goes back to Alyssa who's in the front line. Is it a check ball? I think it is. Yep, it is.
Expect Eliza Valdez to take over here towards the end of the second set.
And this is a crucial point, Noreen. 2019, if Ateneo loses this one, that puts so much pressure on them.
Exactly, and that unblemished record, as you were saying.
Chance here for Ateneo. They open up to who else? Oh, Lestana with a great anticipation, but just couldn't handle the power. Sometimes you can be there. You can be solid. But if there's too much power, wala ka na magagawa minsan.
Exactly.
Napaupo nga.
Kaya pwede ka mag-B. Okay? B lang tsaka C. Hindi pwede yung palong spin lang yan. Kailangan puro patusok ang palo. Malakas ang depensa nila. Diba? C lang. May B mo to kasi si Ferrer lang nandito para wala na si Valdez doon kagad. Okay? Pag na-depensahan, no? Depensa tayo. Block.
This is the second 2-point lead that Ateneo has had here in this set. They had it at 15-13. Now 21-19. Will they again easily give it up, or will they finally pocket a set? They're serving, so let's watch that.
But you know
Okay.
Phil Kainglet will get it in.
Hindi na nga niya ginump serve.
Oh.
Sinigurado na niya eh. Lazaro is there. Valdez loads up. Valdez is there. Valdez again.
You said that 3 times.
Soriano. Lazaro with a dive. Alyssa, cross court.
Wow, good dig.
Ferrer takes a look at Alyssa. Recoils.
Whoa.
This is great volleyball. Who will Ferrer go to? Back set. Phil Kainglet pushes it to the other side. Pineda. Hervasio.
Defense for both squads, impeccable.
Oh, that time!
Oh, it's still alive!
Listana able to keep it up. Nahuli. She hit the net.
I think she crossed.
Oh. Look at this. Listana was there just in time, giving all of her extension.
You know, that's a play. You got to see that slow-mo because that's a lot of heart for you. Really, she gave it all she's got just to reach for that ball.
Not only that, for that's Valdez finding the tape. If you don't look at it well, in slow-mo it's easy, but in real time, it looked like it hit the floor already, you know?
That's right.
Let's look at this combination play.
Well, that came from good reception, so good sign for Ateneo right now. Another 2-point lead.
Soriano looking for a spot, but Lazaro's there. Ferrer goes to Z. That's just floor defense of Adamson has been impeccable today. This is why they're in this game. They've sent back so many balls or kept them alive.
Well, Adamson is a squad really known for their defense. You know, when you talk to other coaches and then when they play Adamson, they already, you know, they recognize that that's already a that's what Adamson is actually known for.
Yes, exactly. Ayun na naman. Turo talaga ni ano yan eh, no? Ni Mami Dulce.
Yes. Wow.
And they tie it again. You know what Adamson is like right now? It's like this fly over our heads right now. Noreen, na hindi mo may pagpag. Kanina pa nandito. Ganyan yung Adamson eh. Hindi nila maipagpag. Let's listen into Ateneo.
Para makakatake tayo ng maayos. Kung ano-ano na lang ginagawa natin eh. Matayo, maitaas lang yung bola. Resiban ninyo, Jem, pwedeng mag-running si Baldurito eh. Hayaan mo na si Sidon. O kaya kumres ka kahit ano lang. Pero dapat lumisip muna tayo.
You saw Marge Tejada there at the background. She hasn't played in the second set. It's been May Tajima that they've been using here. By the way, for those who are asking, yes, the fly was real. Meron talaga. Meron talaga.
Meron.
Nangungulit sa amin ni Norit dito. 22 all. Parang ganyan-ganyan lang tayo kanina, Norit. It's a story of the first set.
Deja vu.
22 all, and Adamson was serving too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, the difference is, you know, we haven't seen all these service errors. So really, the quality of this set really very, very high.
That changes it. 23-22 of a fake play.
It's all been Valdez here in the end of the second set.
14 points all in all for Alyssa Valdez.
For some players, that's the whole match.
Yep.
Output for the whole match.
Service will be key. Tajima makes sure. Soriano.
Wow.
And this is where Tajima usually actually is not part of the floor. It is Lazaro who's there. And that's a smart play by Soriano. She knows she's the slowest of the 6 girls of Ateneo right now. Talking about Tajima. In terms of the reflexes, because napakatangkad din ni
Yeah.
May, you know?
Napakatalino na talaga ni Pao.
Yes. Madiskarte.
Oh, good dig.
Makatuno didn't even flinch, Noreen. But Valdez was there. Pinayungan si Zapata.
You know, she's really taking over the set.
You're right. There's no doubt about it. Set point. So Coach Sherwin calls for a timeout.
5 ka na. Len, si, harap ka lang. Kaya mong patayin yan, ha? Okay, tara, ganda mo na yung set at mo. Pag na-depensa ang cover, pero magpaganda yung set, follow, cover. Sanay na tayo dyan sa ginalaban, isang ikot, isang patay lang tayo sa akin na yan. Okay, Len, patay, ha? Tara.
Sabi ni Coach Sherwin, sanay na tayo dyan. Ganyan yung nangyayari. Lamang yung kabila, hinahabol nila pa isa-isa.
Yeah, you're right, no? Yung mga sanay sila, we kept saying that we kept mentioning that it earlier that Adamson really does not show any signs of pressure.
This girl, Noreen, 11 points here in the second set, rather.
Really taking charge.
Good dig by Ferrer. Underhand set. Kainglet rolls it to the other side. Chance for Adamson here. We're at set point, by the way. Yun yung sinasabi natin. Yun yung sinasabi ni Noreen.
And did you see the reaction of Jeff? He pointed and she smiled back. Huli ka.
Yes. That is overreaching, ladies and gentlemen. That's the rule we were talking about earlier. You have to give the setter a chance to set. That, unfortunately, gave Ateneo some life here in this match. Tied 1-all, 25-22, 25-23. Brace yourselves for some more of this kind of volleyball for set number 3.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Back with you here at the arena in San Juan for more exciting volleyball matches. We did warn you from the start that this was potentially going to be one of those matches, and boy, that delivered so far.
Well, you know, in that second set was like a deja vu of the first set, wherein both squads, you know, playing good volleyball. The quality really high, defense, both teams. And digging, you know, everyone is. But the factor was Alyssa Valdez. She took over in that end part of the
ending
second.
lang yung nag-iba from the first set. The first set, the ending was Adamson. Bumitaw dun sa dulo. Dito, baliktad. Ang Ateneo bumitaw sa dulo.
But you know, I wouldn't say bumitaw ang Adamson.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's more of Valdez just really showed, lorded it over.
They claimed it. Ateneo claimed that second set. But great floor defense for both teams, really.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier, but at the rate, you know, the level of defense of both squads, especially Adamson, where they're receiving a lot of balls, you feel for them. Anyway, in terms of numbers there, in terms of attacks, Ateneo 14-12, blocks 2-1, service aces 2-0. Ateneo look committed more on forced errors 10-7, but it's their attacks towards the end. I'm speaking especially of Alyssa Valdez scoring, I think 3-4 points in that end game to claim it for Ateneo.
Natin si Mr. and Mrs. June Alba of the Guardian Angel Academy mula sa ating commissioner, si Commissioner Oti Kamangyan. Happy New Year! At maraming salamat sa inyong panonood dito po sa Studio 23. Set number 3 is underway with Adamson drawing first blood.
That was Pao Soriano hitting it through Tajima. But you know, Tajima has got to really, you know, be a factor there in the net. So far, with her height, she hasn't had a decent block.
Yes.
And I'm talking about of Pao Soriano. She's
Yes,
got to really, you know, show her wares there by the net.
They delay that one. Oh, again, too much power on that one.
You can sense Valdez wants to go home. She wants to end this in 4 sets. Wow, ouch.
That's just so much velocity behind the attack.
Good,
Kainglet again, digging. By the way, it is Villanueva who has checked in. Amanda Villanueva for the very first time for Adamson, if I'm not mistaken. No, ngayon lang nagpakita. Uy! Bumalik pa yung bola, kaya lang Pineda rolled over to the other side, which negates that play.
You gotta give her A for effort. You can see, there you go. Whoops!
If she didn't, that would be a legal ball.
Yeah. And, well, good thing also nobody was there for Ateneo.
Yeah.
Not another collision.
All right, let's check in with Selena Dagdag right now.
Coach Roger believes that the team's own errors is that which kills their game, and this is the reason why he expects nothing less than a complete turnaround from his girls coming into the third set. Although they won the recent set, we did not seem very happy with the team's performance, and this is apparent in his words. Huwag kayong manood, maglaro kayo. Hingiin nyo ang bola at huwag kayong nakatunganga. Tibayin nyo naman ang depensa nyo. That's all for now, Bloom and Marine.
Maraming salamat, Selena. 3 serving 2. The biggest lead of this match has been 3. The 25-22 advantage of Adamson at the end of the first, and a 15-12 advantage at some point of Ateneo in the second. The rest have been 1 point, 1 point, tie, 1 point, tie, ganun lang.
That's really how close this match is. And we mentioned earlier that they have played against each other, and Adamson actually beat Ateneo in the Uni Games.
Yeah. Bacolod.
In 5 sets. It like went the distance. So both teams no stranger to each other.
They seem like there are certain teams that seem to be perfect for each other in terms of matchups.
Yeah.
No? May mga ganun kahit anong sport
That's right. Sometimes people like, I want, let's say, an Ateneo LaSalle. Yeah, but Ateneo Adamson is
Parang in terms of the personnel and the type of game, they look like they're meant for each other.
Pang long term.
Kainglet dumps it. Villanueva, that's a little low.
Well, she didn't get that right approach.
Let's check in with Apple David this time.
Marine, long rallies are definitely fun to watch but tiring for the players. Kaya sabi ni Coach Sherwin, patayin agad yung bola. He wants his players to be more conscious of their positioning and timing when it comes to their spikes and to be more wise in their offense. Dahil napapansin ni Coach na nakakadepensa sila na maayos pero hindi sila nakakakuha ng magandang opensa. Sabi pa niya, kaya naman natin lumayo kaya lang yung mindset nyo sa pagpalo ay ma-over lang yung bola. Lagyan nyo ng konting DN para patay agad. Marine.
Easier said than done, Coach Sherwin. Ayaw daw niya ng long rally. Kami, okay lang kami.
Oo nga
Okay lang kami. Amanda Villanueva now.
But you know, sometimes when you watch players play, and then they don't really give 110% when they spike, it's just like they're going through the motion. That's so frustrating for a coach. Kaya yun yung sinabi. Parang, palo kayo na palo, yung diinin nyo. That's what he meant.
May mga terms tayo niyan, sa volleyball, sa linggo na yung itiin, ibaon, mga ganyang mga terms. 6 serving 4 here.
Yeah, and you can't be too careful when you play. You gotta go for it. Because you're in it to win it.
May mga cliche, The bigger the risk, diba? Yun ang sinasabi nila.
Pero syempre, through the years also, and
the bigger the earnings.
ROI mo sandali lang.
Negosyo pala yun, sorry.
No, but they become calculated risks.
Yes, of course. That's a clean hit. The first clean hit and clean attack from Gretchen Ho.
Well, Coach Roger was actually complaining during the huddle about their defense. Finally, they're able to utilize somebody else aside from Eliza and Phil Kainglet.
7 serving 5. Pineta's back on the front line. That one is sent back by Ateneo. Jem Ferrer and Tajima, the tallest and shortest Ateneans, combining and collaborating for this 3-point lead. A Kit Kat break. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Babalik po ang UAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. Labanan po ng Ateneo at Adamson ang ating pangalawang laro for this Sunday doubleheader. Adamson took the first set. Ateneo took the second. Third set, a 3-point lead, which is a luxury, as we say, in this kind of a matchup. Here's another guy who just celebrated his birthday. Si Bakun Austria. former Ateneo Blue Eagle who always, well, he tries to always come through for the women's volleyball team also. It's good to see him. Of course, his father coaches for the Adamson Falcons. Yun yung connection din dyan.
And it's nice to see, different players of different sports, supporting other sports.
I saw a lot of, like sila Sapanta, si Mayet, sila Jem Ferrer. They always try to watch the basketball games of their schools also. So and I see them in a different element. I get to talk to them in a different setting. It's so nice.
Nakababa yung hair.
Well, that too, yes.
Wow, look at this boom. 9-5.
A 4-point lead. The first 4-point lead of the game that's out and trimmed to 3. So Ateneo getting a little bit of traction here, footing and flow in their game.
Well, so far, Coach Roger obviously likes this 6. I mean, I'm talking about Tajima.
No?
Yeah, as a middle hitter.
Si Tejada, ilinabas muna. A rookie who started off well for them, but Coach Roger thinks a little more height is needed.
That's right, and because that's also an intimidating factor by the net, obviously.
Oh, Pineda. Good gesture from Pineda and Ferrer who collided there at the net, tapping each other after that collision.
Yeah, because that something happened that wrecked her hair.
As we always say, that's always a tricky part of the court. Yung gitna na yan pagka nagkakablangkahan na.
Yeah.
Valdez too wide. So that lead is down to 2.
Our favorite number for the day, 2.
Hey, somebody said I was mean by calling Tajima and Ferrer the tallest and shortest Ateneo players. I'm stating a fact on the floor. Tajima is the tallest and Jem is the smallest.
And stating the obvious.
Yeah, exactly. And them combining for a block was a great thing. And now Valdez adding on to her personal scoring here. The best scorer and best spiker of the league. Again, giving them a 3-point lead. 11 serving 8 with Ferrer serving.
Valdez is just piling up those numbers.
Yeah. Valdez.
Oh, too near the net.
Yep. Carvajal saves that one. Makatuno goes back to Pau. Palakas. No check. Ateneo re-establishes a 4-point lead.
Well, Pau Soriano is telling the referee, check, because the ball looked like patas. No, actually that was a good call because she directed it the way it came out to be.
Coach Roger scolding his girls. Nagkakagulo sila sa palitan at sa rotation. And in a game like this, if you lose a point, it means so much.
Yeah.
Because of a rotation error, Villanueva still not finding her strike zone here. Down 5 on the Lady Falcons.
Taas mo ng konti kay Amanda, hindi naman si Mayet yan eh. Okay? 5 lang yan. Pero Pao, hindi na drop ball mo eh, kaya mo naman paluin yung bola. Ma-block eh, block, diba? May, tara May, set lang tayo. 5 lang yan, kaya pa yan.
Sherwin, a very different coach from Coach Dulce. He's a man of few words, as you can see, but very direct in what he has or what he wants from his players.
And I like what he said, no? Huwag ka matakot. Block, kung block, di block. Parang, just go for it. Kaysa out. At least when you go for it, there's a chance it'll go through the block, off the block, or there's coverage.
Oh. Villanueva is a little bit off her element right now. I think she's thinking about her errors too much. Noreen, you've played this game at this level. You know how that feels. And sometimes, alam mo, lagi sinasabi ninyo nila Ian, nila Mosey na ang volleyball, kailangan mabilis ka makalimot. Lalo na pag error.
Yeah.
Kailangan makalimutan mo kaagad. Or else, because of the pace of this game, if you keep thinking about 2 or 3 previous plays, sometimes it gets to you.
You don't. You don't think about your errors because it's over. You learn from it, you move forward, and you'll keep looking for the next play.
Yep.
Next play and the next play.
Yan, nakabawi. Si Villanueva dun. She gets it through one blocker. And Alyssa Valdez. That should be good for her confidence.
Oh, and she jumps really high.
Very high.
I saw that slow-mo.
Yes, and she has a full approach also. Well, we all know what that girl can do. 18 points in this game so far. She's coming off their last match against UP, 21 points in 2 sets.
And she keeps going and going and going.
Her conditioning seems to be better this year than last year. Last year, she had problems with cramps in a few of their matches.
Yeah, but you gotta realize, Boom, no? From high school to college, it's different. So last year, it was an adjustment for her. But this year, she's accustomed to the college ball. You're right, no? She looks fitter. She doesn't look tired.
As tired, yeah.
Yeah, last year, diba? Parang she would huff and puff.
Baka tsaka isipin mo, kakasalta lang niya, pinupuntahan pa siya lagi.
Yeah.
Diba?
And she's ready.
She's ready, yeah. This time, she's more used to it. Villanueva, malakas. Kit Kat break as Ateneo gets to the technical timeout. Ahead by 6. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Crowd has stuck around after the LaSalle UP match. We still see some green shirts scattered all over our Volleyball Central, the arena in San Juan. The last game of the weekend. After the whole holiday break, we are back in action here. Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays on Studio 23. Sa Wednesday po, MTU at UE sa unang laban. At Adamson at UST naman sa pangalawa. Maganda rin yan. Dito po yan, live sa San Juan Arena. Magkita-kita po tayo.
So you're saying a lot of people still in green. Obviously, everybody's really enjoying the level of this match between Ateneo and Adamson.
Doesn't matter now sino naglalaro.
Talagang entertainment na for them.
Namagana yung abante ng Ateneo dito, Noreen. That's up to 7. 17-10. Adamson has lost a little bit of steam.
Well, Adamson lapsing into their own errors here in the second, here in the third set. Speaking of errors.
Well, that expression says it all. Yeah. No need to say anything. But they have a little bit of a cushion.
That's a huge cushion, a big cushion.
In this game, as the former St. James Academy recruit on deck to serve.
Good service reception.
Kainglet. Nahuli doon si Listana.
Apparently, you're right. No? Apparently, they lost some steam.
After that loss, after that second set, loss, parang nawala ng konting hangin.
Yeah. Because, during that second set, I would go for everything. Now, parang ang daming butas bigla.
Zapanta crossed. She couldn't control her momentum. And now Coach Sherwin will pull out Guevara for Alquino. That is Maria Erica Alquino. Second-year player, originally from St. Augustine School.
Wow, too strong for Ziher Vasho.
Ito ginugroom na rin siguro ni Sherwin to, ni Coach Sherwin. Sila Villanueva on her second year. Aquino, who's in their second year.
It's nice, though, because a lot of these teams have a lot of sophomores. So can you imagine years to come, the level of competition here in the UAP?
But the level has dropped here in the third set for Adamson, though. They're down 8 after a hotly contested first and second set.
Oh, that should be a free ball.
And it is. Let's see what Ateneo will do. Gem goes to Phil. Villanueva was there to dig. Pineda. Gretchen Ho, yep. A little close to the net. Ateneo scrambles for this one and able to give Adamson a free ball. Makatuno. Alquino is checked. Oh, no, sorry. It went through, rather.
Well, she makes her presence felt. You know,
See, you remember how she looks now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We've seen players who come into the league or come into their first or second year looking like that, and then in their fourth and fifth year, you know, having a little more muscle, having conditioning as part of their games already. As we said, sila Pao Soriano, sila Majorie Rojas, yung mga yun dati, kapayat-payat.
of course, it's part of every training program already of the schools. Your conditioning, you know, the weight training, strength training.
And the maturation of your body also, syempre, guy or girl, meron niyang phases, di ba? In terms of, you know, how your body grows into what it's supposed to be. As that error now from Jem Perez gives Adamson a point, but a 7-point lead still with the undefeated finalists from last year.
Coach Sherwin is actually trying to find a spark for his team here in the third set, because obviously we were saying earlier, they've lost a bit of steam.
Yes. Valdez again.
She got all the steam. She got everyone's steam.
Let's listen in on Adamson.
Isipin natin yung laro natin, wag na yung score. Pagka maganda naman yung laro natin, may score tayo eh. Di ba? Eh wala, tingin kayo ng tingin sa score. Hindi naman, pag tinignan yan, hindi naman score yan eh.
Kaya pa yan.
Ha? Tatlo pa yan, kaya pa yan. First ball muna tayo, tapos block. Marami, magsalita ka dyan.
Adamson!
Alam mo, tama yun ha. Yun ang hindi natin nakikita. It's Ortiz, who powered UST against UE yesterday. She will see action again against Adamson on Wednesday. Going back to Coach Sherwin, parang nawala yung mga nag-uusap dito sa Adamson, ano?
That's right. The communication obviously not there for them. But you know, that's right. Now, you don't look at the score. Coach will always say, don't look at the score because you get intimidated by, oh no, the lead is like 8 points. Just concentrate on your game. And when you play well, we score.
Yep. And even if you have the lead sometimes, diba, the coaches will tell you that. Don't look at the score. Play it point by point.
Just finish it.
Yep. Lazaro to Jem. Jem to Tajima. Tajima wasn't ready for it. But Jem is asking for a check.
All of them are check.
Yep. I don't know. I didn't see it clearly. If it was a check ball, Coach Rogers scratching his head. Nevertheless, the point will go to Adamson.
I think they, you know, the whole Ateneo squad wanted that point for Tajima, more
for
than anything.
Yeah. They want a little toughness out of her. Oh, Makatuno and Pineda. Yan, that is a classic example of not communicating.
That's right. And, you know, that's why people always teach you, diba? Say mine.
Yep.
Sayang the chase of Zapanta. Oh well.
Yan yung sinasabi ni Coach Sherwin. Di na kayo nag-iingay, di na kayo nag-uusap.
They need somebody to lead them.
Oh. And the air is out of the balloon, so to speak, here for Adamson in the third set.
Oh, yeah. Net violation.
Gretchen Ho. Gretchen Ho with a violation, so that point will go to Adamson regardless of whether Soriano hit it outside.
Lucky break for Adamson.
Let me ask you this, Noreen. So things were going very well for Adamson in the first and second set, even if they lost the second set. What is the explanation of putting in Villanueva and Alquino at a crucial part? Is it dahil medyo bumitaw na dito sa third set and naghahanap siya ng bago? Ganun ba yun?
Yeah, I think that could be, no? Because he's trying to look for a spark plug, somebody to, you know, maybe string up a couple of points and then hoping that the rest of the squad will follow in the gana. May gana ulit sila. That could be a ploy by Coach Sherwin.
Alvasio sends it over. They go back to Amanda. Nope, she's no check ball.
Set point.
Set point to go up 2-1.
Parang even us, no, parang nawala ng gana. Because we were so used to the 2 points.
Yeah,
2 points, one.
It's strange. Villanueva with the reception. Not full strength for Zapanta, which worked. Finding a gaping hole.
Yeah, just top speed. Top spin, sorry.
Yeah.
Off speed, top spin.
You're right. Not the easiest thing to do.
You know, some of these players make it look so easy.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. Set point for Ateneo. Free ball for Adamson. Pineda is back in the front line and she's rejected.
Good defense.
That will end a second set, which was a lot easier as compared to the first 2 sets of this match. Adamson just ran out of steam in that set. So it's 25-23, 25-22 rather, 25-23, 25-18 as we get to the 4th set here at the arena in San Juan.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament. This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Second game of our Sunday doubleheader features Ateneo and Adamson. Falcons, the Eagles. Match was up in the air, if I may use the phrase, in the first 2 sets. Third set, though, was clear. Falcons were grounded by the Eagles in that third.
That's right, Adam. Well, the start of that third set, Ateneo did force a couple of errors from Adamson, and then that made all the difference because it wasn't the same Adamson squad we saw in the first and second set. And, you know, they've committed a series of their own errors, and Ateneo easily won that third set.
Especially, Noreen, defensively, it wasn't the same
layo eh.
Scrambling defense by Adamson, which kept so many balls alive in the first and second sets.
That's right. You know, I think also you said it earlier that when they lost that second set, they were so near. Maybe, what do you call it? Nawala ng pag-asa.
Sucked out of life,
Yeah,
it happens, no? You know, I remember an old coach saying before that things in sports, in a game, in a match, they happen in an instant, and it sometimes changes the fate of one player or one team. And if Ateneo, and this is still a big if, Ateneo wins the next set to a 3-1 lead, or a 3-1 win, you will have to go back to the end of that second set na naging parang turning point. So look at the numbers.
Well, it's very close, 12 attacks as compared to 10. But yeah, you pointed it out to me actually. The unforced errors of Adamson really got the best of him in that third set. 11-6. Was it 11-6?
11-6.
Yeah.
So let's see if that end of the second set was the turning point for these two teams, or will Adamson find enough character to come back. But we will go back to that point that it wasn't because of nerves again. It's not about kaba. For Adamson, no? I always say, this team, they either win or they lose. It's not because they feel any kind of nervousness. That third set wasn't about nerves. It just was about parang gana, nawala ng konti.
That's right. And, you know, in that second set, it was really because somebody raised her level of
that
game.
too, yeah.
Diba? We're talking about Alyssa. She really raised her level of playing in that second set and took over for Ateneo. But Adamson has nothing to be ashamed of because they really gave a good shot at it.
And you were looking for somebody from the Adamson side to do the same in that third set. You were saying kanina, Adamson has to be led by someone at this point. Pag medyo nagkakagulo-gulo na yung isang team, there has to be someone, no, who picks up the game.
That's right. That's what they miss when Angie Benting actually graduated.
All right, let's check in with Selena Dagdag from the Ateneo side.
Coach Roger explains that anticipation is good but not when done too early. Diin niya, huwag kayong maging atribida, huwag niyong pangungunahan ng bola. He also tells the girls that it's important for them to communicate and to think before they react. Paalala niya sa Lady Eagles niya, pag-isipan niyo ang kilos niyo, huwag lang banat ng banat. Higit sa lahat, gusto ko maingay kayo sa court kasi dapat nag-uusap-usap kayo. That's all for now, Boom and Noreen.
Thank you very much, Shalina.
I love it when she said atribida. Huwag kayo maging atribida.
Well, the coach has the,
ba to?
yeah, the coach has the right to say.
Yeah.
And again, this is all taken in the context of volleyball. Because some people who are not used to watching volleyball, and the timeouts especially, you know, might get shocked with some of the things that they hear and the way they are delivered to the players. Normal po yan sa volleyball.
They have, each one has his own style.
Correct. Oh. The joke is, at some point, maririnig mo yung the Russian coach in them. Diba yan yung cliche, the Russian coach.
That's right.
4-3 is the score.
Well, so far so good. Good start for just a 1-point lead. You don't like 8-point leads. You want 1 or 2 lang.
I'm trying to remember if I can remember a coach, any single coach, whom I've never heard scold his or her volleyball players, because that's a common thing eh.
Yep.
Kaya kahit lamang ka nga, maririnig mo pa rin yung coach mo eh. Dahil, again, this game is just so fast from point to point that the coaches are trying to tweak almost every play. Ano, na dapat ganito, kahit na lamang ka ng 7, magagalit pa rin si Coach Roger o si Coach Ramin minsan. Pag merong hindi nangyari, parang nag-iisip ako kung sino ang hindi ko pa nakikita magalit.
Well, you know, I'm thinking when you're after you said that, I thought about Mick Laborte before. Her style of coach is always with a smile.
Okay.
I mean,
You
hindi
never
to-
heard her?
I know.
You're trying to
can't
remember.
Anyway, you can
Sige, while
tell
we
Boom.
while I try to remember, let's listen to Apple David. Apple?
Di pa tapos yan. Sanay tayo sa ganyan. Yan ang sabi ni Coach Sherwin. Kaso lang ang hindi niya alam ay kung anong tumama sa players niya at parang biglang nawalan sila ng energy. He was even calling the attention of Bang Pineda. She's becoming a non-factor in this game. Like what Coach Sherwin said, wag yun tignan yung score, instead mag-focus sa bawat play. To answer your question, Boom, Coach Sherwin fielded in Villanueva and Aquino kasi na-check na ng Ateneo yung spikers nila. But in this set, it's up to these players to bring out what they've been doing in practice and in their previous games. Bumanarine?
Kala ko sasagutin mo yung tanong ko na ano eh, about the coaches eh. Pero good report, Apple. Thank you very much. So now, Coach Sherwin brings back the main guns here for the 4th set. Obviously, they have no tomorrow anymore. They have to go all out to force a 5th.
Well, you're right. They really have to go back to their that first 6 that won them that first set and gave so much fight in that second set. Well, you have players like Paul Soriano and Sheila Bang Pineda. They really have to step up here in the 4th set.
First appearance, of course, by the elevator for Ateneo here in the match here in the 4th set. Did not play in the first 3 sets. A great serve right away.
I thought it was an ace.
Oh! Sila pa ang naisahan.
Oh, good defense for Adamson.
Yeah. Alam ko na kung sino. Naalala ko na. Remember Coach Johnny Candoy of National University prior to Coach Vicente coming in? Had this baritone voice. Never scolded his players. I'll talk more about that later. Kit Kat break muna tayo. Get ready for what's next. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Balik po tayo dito sa arena sa San Juan for more volleyball action from the women's division here in the UAP Season 75. So yes, back to my point earlier prior to that timeout. If anybody out there, and I'm sure there are a lot of our volleyball fans, I'm sure sila Mosey and Ian will agree with me, that Coach Johnny Candoy of National University never scolded his girls. And even if he did, he probably did it in the most modulated way that you wouldn't think he was scolding. the girls. He was such a great person to talk to. And this was at the time that National University wasn't into recruiting yet. So unfortunately, his team was always at the bottom of the standings. And he was a long-time coach for National U. But then, you know, he became part of the consultant team when Coach Vicente came in, and then eventually, hindi na namin siya nakita dito sa volleyball community for a few years now. 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. Marlene Cortel, yeah. Since Coach Francis took over. Uy, ganun lang. Lumamang na ng tatlong Adamson dito, ha. Ayan na. Yung sinasabi natin, this Ateneo team has a 2-1 sets lead but cannot think that they're out of the woods.
Especially against a team like Adamson.
Oh, tsaka bumabalik na naman yung ano eh. Yung 4 touches for Adamson. Bumabalik na naman yung ganda nung depensa nila.
That's right. You know, they just gotta forget about what happened because they started out strong. The second set was good. You just, you know, go back to basics. Let's play the way we play. Maybe we can grab another set and extend this to a 5th.
And another service error to the dismay of Coach Roger Gorea.
Well, any coach for that matter will be furious with your squad if you have so many number of service errors.
Good serve there. Great dig by Zapanta. Soriano overcooks that one. She's asking for a check, but no.
Well, normally, unless she really hits into the blockers, because she tries to too much to elude the blocker, there's really no check ball.
Oh,
meron.
Meron. That is a great call by Soriano and a great angle by Direk Abet Ramos to get that one.
See the finger?
Yes,
the fingers of
yes. That was a touch. So Ateneo with 2 straight points, yeah.
Lucky break.
Ganyan talaga eh, no? Ganyan talaga. That's
Pag walang
judgment
slow-mo.
Judgment call eh. Judgment call. That's a tough call anyway, Noreen, no matter.
Yeah, the check's always tough. Very
Lalo
tough.
din ganung fingertips talaga. No? Ferrer back to Ella.
Smart hit by
Yeah,
Ella.
exactly.
But parang nilihis na from Pao Soriano. So it got so much spin, it went over. Look at the score, boom. It's 11 all.
Yan naman. May
That's what they like.
Oo
That's what
nga.
they like.
May nag-tweet sa akin, Noreen. Sabi si Coach Gerald Hubalde rin daw. We've seen Coach Gerald get a little bit riled up at his players, but malumanay yung dating ni Coach Gerald din. So I see where this person is coming from.
Pwede.
Malumanay pa rin. Malumanay.
Pwede.
Malumanay. The younger version of Coach Johnny Candel.
But he's Coach Johnny's more motivated.
Oh, super. Ay, nakaka-insecure. Noreen, nakaka-insecure. Yung boses ni Coach Johnny as Giervancio did not estimate that receive correctly. 2-point lead na naman para dito sa Adamson University.
So, you know, so far here in the fourth set, new life for Adamson.
Parang ang nangyari, inupo ni Coach Sherwin yung mga big guns niya kanina. Parang sabihin, you know, panoorin nyo to.
Yeah.
Relax mo muna kayo. Refocus as Tajima, to the delight of the Ateneo fans, gets that one through.
A soft kill for Tajima.
Soft kill, yeah. They really need some toughness out of this girl kasi her height, no?
Yeah. You can see, parang she's playing also parang very, parang bata, her attitude towards the game.
14-12, Makatuno still serves.
But this is what we like, the 2-point leads and the ones and the ties.
Well, you know, Tajima, who's originally from Ateneo de Davao, is 17 years old.
Oh. Still so much volleyball years ahead.
Or maybe now 18. by this time. But when the season started, I'm trying to research her birthday, but when the season started, she was 17 years old.
And growing.
So she is young. So now, the elevator will move out for a rested Alyssa Valdez. Ateneo down 3 here. Are we going to have a 5th set? Well, matagal-tagal pa tayo. Especially with errors like that.
That's right. Makatuno buries that into the net. So back to a 2-point lead for Adamson. I'm actually surprised that in that rotation that Coach Roger chose to have Ella instead of Eliza.
Baka
Valdez.
ipinahinga rin.
Oo.
Kasi, palo rin ng
Non-stop.
palo. She's only human.
Yeah.
She gets checked there. They set it to Hervasio. Gets checked on the other side. Ferrer back set to Valdez. Pineda was there. Makatuno saving that one.
That's the Adamson we saw in the first set.
And that's Valdez finding a way to score. Like I said, she's rested now. She's rested for probably the wind-up, Doreen.
That's right, and they want to finish this right here. Oh, that was a close call. Huh?
From that angle, it doesn't look like it hit the player, but that's a tough angle. That's a wrong angle to look, actually. Tajima continues to serve well here. Ateneo's down 1.
Good
Kainglet
dig.
pops it up. Valdez, Makatuno did not even move. Chance here for Ateneo again. Back set. Guess who?
Yeah. Are you even surprised?
15 all, down 3. As she enters, they tie the ball game. 23 big points
Wow.
for the Batangueños.
But you know, it's like a baton race na, you know, they make her wait and then ito na yung baton, go, go, go. Finish it.
Cortel finding an angle from the other side. So the technical timeout, Adamson gets into it first. Kit Kat break, get ready for what's next. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.
Back here in the arena in San Juan, where Adamson holds a slim 1-point lead. 16-15, courtesy of this girl. Ateneo has started to crawl back. That is the perfect angle. Thank you, Direk Abid Ramos. Check ball time.
Yeah. Good call, good call.
Okay, our viewers, God bless them, saying that Tajima celebrated her 18th birthday December 26. So we were right. She just turned 18.
Still very young.
Ang tanda na niya, no? From 17 to 18. Tanda na niya.
Ilang days.
18 years old. So belated happy birthday to her. We have some wonderful viewers. Very sharp. And paying attention to this match right now as Valdez continues to stack her own personal stats. The best scorer, best spiker in the league. On deck.
A girl who doesn't know how to get tired. That's Eliza Valdez.
Cortel, the lefty. Oh, Lazaro pops it up. Oh, but that's a 4th touch. Kasi dalawa na yung naghabol, ano?
Yeah.
Tumama na dun sa dalawa.
Oh, you just love the score. 17
Yep.
to 16.
Yan na naman.
So your guess naman is as good as mine on how the ending will be.
Sige. Oh, fine set. Back line.
You know, funny, talagang the set was low, her timing wasn't there, but she just had enough top spin for it to clip the line.
Hervasio goes back to her jump serve.
Good reception.
Pineda. Makatuno. Cortel. Listana keeps it up. Chance for Ateneo here. Ferrer goes to Kainglet in the middle.
Oh!
Puts it away.
What a smart set. No blockers there to challenge Phil Kainglet.
18-17. Kainglet puts it away with that one. 18.
Challenge talaga, hitting practice.
It's a legal ball. Another chance for Ateneo to re-establish a lead, and they do. Gretchen Ho with 2 straight for herself, and Coach Sherwin will call a timeout. Let's listen to Adamson.
Okay? Pag maganda yung receive, B3 mo. Ha? Dalawa lang yan. Pag may receive tayo, makapata tayo, isa na lang. Pahingin ang bola. Hindi naman yung tao mo. Chance ball eh, tumatakbo din yung tao mo. Pero pag lumabas, dulo ka. Okay? Kaya pa yan, dalawa lang yan. Isa receive lang.
Coach Sherwin doesn't get mad at his players either.
That's a good point.
Para siya si Mommy Dulce, diba? Parang, okay.
Ah, well, I've seen Mommy Dulce.
No, I know.
Yeah. Pero, alam ko yung sinasabi mo na malumanay din. Extremes din si Coach Mommy, si Mommy Dulce. Right now, even if he's down 2, his approach is still the same. Coach Sherwin, I mean.
Oh, good serve.
But a great dig also by Zapanta. Pineda guides it to the other side. 2 girls dropping for that one. And a free ball, chance ball for Adamson. Pineda, too long.
Yeah, she knew it. No follows through for Sheila Pineda.
Originally from the recruit from RTU.
Ateneo getting a 3-point cushion right now.
After being behind by 3 earlier, no? Nice serve again. Guevara guides it to the other side. Ferrer looks at her hitters, sees Gretchen Ho. Back set to Cortel, the lefty, always unorthodox, always tough to check.
But funny here towards the end of the 4th set, it's really a battle of wits between Makatuno and Ferrer. If they can really elude, set it where the blockers are not, that's where normally the team would score points.
Let me ask you, Noreen, are you surprised that Pao Soriano is not here at this part of the game as Phil Kainglet goes cross-court for that kill?
No, it's alright, because Pao Soriano is actually still in the back row, so they're
okay
resting her.
Pagka umikot na yung libero.
Yep.
Who, by the way, celebrated her birthday also, December 31.
Pao?
Pao Soriano celebrated her birthday, December 31. Mahabol ko lang yun. Oh, Pineda cranks that one. Soriano now in as she goes into the front line. Yeah, Soriano doesn't have, it's not part of her strength to be there at the back line and all that. So she's always utilized front line.
No, actually she can hold her own, but because, she's a middle hitter, she blocks, so the coach normally tries to make her rest as much as possible.
Make her more efficient by the time she gets to the front line like that.
Yeah, and we were just saying.
Now it is Ateneo that calls the timeout. Let's listen to Coach.
Kung mo targetin nyo dito, targetin nyo lang yung gitna. Pilitin dali ng dali doon, lalo na malayo ka dun sa net. Sayang lamang na, mauubos lamang natin yan. Lamang pa tayo ng isa. Tayo nyo kagad, isang magandang receive lang. Receivean ninyo para maka-atake tayo. Akad si Bandong.
Let's go!
Back in action, back from a vacation, back from the holidays. Some of the players, as we mentioned earlier, like si Listana, umuwi rin ng Bicol yan. Sila Cortel, who's the lefty, who has been doing well also, went back home to Maasin Leyte.
You've mentioned a lot of different places today.
Sila. Kasi tinatanong ko lahat kung ano mga pinagkakakain nila at kung saan sila nagpunta.
Are you making your own file?
You know why? Because we also have some great viewers from their own hometowns, Noreen. And I'm sure, Alyssa Valdez is being stretched right now. Like I'm sure yung mga kababayan nila, like kunwari si Alyssa, nagtubong Batangas, na nanonood dito sa atin na rin. Siyempre, proud yan sa mga ano nila, mga kapwa Batangueña or tulad ni Ferrer, nagaling sa Isabela. Ayan, we have viewers all over the country.
I'm sure.
So, we also want to acknowledge where they're from. As Phil Kainglet. Oh, look at that.
Adamson's alive.
Yep. Back to Phil, who makes something out of that. Pineda. Valdez was there, pops it right back up. Makatuno to Soriano. Servacio this time. Kainglet puts it away.
The veteran, the captain, once captain.
Yep. You know, I mentioned everybody going to their home provinces, right? Had a chat with the dad of Phil Kainglet, Mr. Celso Kainglet, earlier. He said they didn't go anywhere. Sa summer na sila uwi ng Bacolod. As Eliza Valdez hits the net, hits the ball, but hits the net too. And Coach Roger, talking to Commissioner Oti, masikip na yung labanan kasi no rin, 20-21. Tumama ng net. Now, the question here is it affects the play. Kasi di ba minsan, they let go of certain net touches depending on certain situations, Noreen, right?
Well, you know, a lot of those net calls, some people ask now, there are a lot of judgment calls also. Parang, why did they call this now? You know?
Yes.
So,
eto, check ball naman.
Just, you know, if you're a player, just try to stay off the net. Just to be safe.
Sometimes the referees allow that hit after a kill if it doesn't really you know, move that net.
But in fairness, that hit of Valdez really ang tagal.
Tagal.
Oh, don't look now.
We're tied again. 23-all. It's been an entertaining match to say the least. I'm sure Adamson would rather forget the third one, but they're right back at it here in the fourth.
And you can feel them. You know what I'm talking about, this Adamson squad.
Servacio off speed. Nice dive by Pineda. Ferrer goes back to Servacio. That is wide. And we are at set point. Set point for Adamson. Remember, Ateneo was down 3 and then up 3 and now down 1.
Sige naman na, uulitan tayo ha. Resiban yung maigi ha.
Alam mo, we are 24-23. That was a great play actually for Servacio. She just really mishit it a little.
Yeah, that was a, you know, if you had plotted a play, that's textbook. I mean, but you're right. It's just that the final implementation.
Breaks of the game. She climbed the back of Tajima. So now,
and because Tajima is really tall, sometimes ma-intimidate yung spiker, especially if it's a very low set.
Now our chair umpire talking to the captains, Servacio and Pao Soriano.
Again, we're hoping for a microphone.
Kasi it's getting tense. It's getting tense, and there is a lot of complaining going on. And you know, in volleyball, they only tolerate a certain amount, diba? Chair umpires. I don't think their technical table also understands what's going on right now. 24-23. Set point.
I wonder what's going on. Sorry, we can't
read lips.
Yeah.
We'll check it in a bit. Which Roger's not. He's trying to clarify something also. I said it's okay. Everything's okay. I think they're just making sure about everything else here because we are at set point. Fourth set. Makatuno doing the honors.
Are we going a fifth?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Back from the grave are
Well
the
said.
Adamson Falcons, whose wings got clipped in the third set. They're back flying high again to force a fifth via the block by Pao Soriano. We warned you. First set, Adamson, 25-22. Second set, Ateneo 25-23 and 25-18. And then this one, down again 25-23. Back in a moment for...
This is the UAAP Season 75 Women's Volleyball Tournament.